What's happening, people? And once again, welcome back to youtube.com/CubCamTV for this, another edition of CUBREACTS. As we continue to explore the latest brand new musical flavour, we're getting into another banger today that I am very, very excited to be exploring. As always, though, my friends, first of all, thank you to each and every one of you supporting the channel at the moment. The support is absolutely unbelievable. We're growing at a rapid rate. It looks like we're going to hit 53,000 subscribers by the end of this weekend, which is crazy numbers, and I cannot thank all of you enough. As always, if you are new to the channel, do make sure you are getting involved by hitting that subscribe button on the right hand side of the page. Of course, turning notifications on as well, leaving a like, leaving a comment, and all of that good stuff. Now today we're getting into this one. It's the official visualizer for another track off this brand new Shmurda project. We're going to try and get through as many of the tracks off here as we can. This one goes by the name Contraband. Now I'm very excited to get into it. It does have a full visualizer, and people are telling me to check this one out, so that's exactly what we're going to do today. So let's jump right into it. Oof. Already liking this.
Don't you fake it? I like it. Don't complicate things. Baby, you gazing.
This looks like quite a fun visualizer as well.
And if
it's in the UK.
And you like it, I'm gonna buy it, even contraband. Yeah, you are.
Really, really nice introduction. I'm loving the slower style of instrumental. Very, very minimal in its arrangement. You've literally got 808 bass notation kind of doing the majority of the melodic work. You've then got these very kind of high-ended hi-hat trills and kind of almost like reverberated percussion, which is doing a lot of work in the high end. The majority of this is either bass line or Shmurda's vocal. Right from the jump, it worked really nicely. So much dip in the way the tune's been built as well. The rhythm is literally and it's just constantly going up and down this hill. Sounds great.
Bandits, I'm an addict. The government to legalize it. Bad man thing, I did banana in peace. Bad man thing, I did do it my way. Bad man thing, I did chase my dreams. Bad man things, give them double energy. Bad man things, I don't get love to share.
Of course they're in England, there's a ton of pigeons.
Bad man things, purple is for the girls. Bad man things.
I love how minimal it's sounding, man. More than anything else, I love the fact the tune is so stripped back, and this is the one they've gone for the visualizer on. This has almost like a, this definitely has like a kind of 3 a.m. in the club kind of vibe. There's a real kind of, I don't know, like a, I don't know, I'm trying to think of the best way to describe it. It's very kind of sneaky as a tune. Like you're sort of just kind of, like your shoulders go up when you listen to it, which is quite fun. But yeah, I'm loving Bella's vocal. He's providing a lot of direction. Again, you can hear quite a lot of dancehall influence on this one, just in the way that his vocal sits, the direction he's going. And again, when I say influence, I mean it sounds like there's dancehall involved. You know, that's the kind of thing it sounds like. I'm not saying that he's only listened to dancehall and that's all that he's taken inspiration from. I'm not saying that, but you can hear there's a similarity in the sound. Very, very smooth.
Too much advice, kilo today, yeah today, kilo today. I need no advice, not today. Once a day. So
outside the old O2.
Too much advice, kilo today, yeah today, kilo today. Just for the paper, go to pay.
There's a really nice kind of fusion of different elements going on in the background of this one. You've got a combination of kind of choral vocals which subtly kind of rise and fall in the background, and then on top of that as well, you've got these very kind of almost camouflage reverbs where his vocals just kind of fade into the distance, but you can't even notice the reverb unless you're really listening for it. But it gives the whole tune a bit more depth. It gives it a sense of space, and with a tune that is as minimal as this, you need to utilize those spaces. You need to utilize those parts of, again, the instrumental in general that allow a lot more space to happen, and I think the reverb they're using is perfect for that.
I'm sticking to my zone, make them leave me alone. Almost Charlie, what you see, 20 NSC, I did that on the low. I've been singing melody, doing many things, I don't send nobody.
That background is so cool to listen to. You can hear the choral blocks.
Oh yeah, baby, follow me. Too much advice, kilo today.
So I'm assuming for the visualizer, I know he had a show over here quite recently, but I'm assuming the visualizer has literally just been filmed at him walking around the venue, or outside the venue that he's going to be playing later on that day, and then there's some clips of him playing at the venue at the same time. I think that's what happened. I'm pretty sure he had a UK show recently. But it's cool to see, man. What I'm loving is how many of the kind of new school crop of Afrobeats are finding London as a place where they need to build a fan base. I love it. I think it's such a cool thing to be able to see that international kind of link up is happening on a regular basis. There's a big like support base here in the UK for a lot of Afrobeats artists. Like over in the UK, it's one of the big sounds at the moment. So we absolutely love to see it, and it's just cool to see that happening, you know, on a global scale.
I need no advice, not today. Too much advice, kilo today. Yeah, today, kilo today. I need no advice, not today. Once a day, solo marking day. Too much advice, kilo today. Yeah, today.
So I'm listening to that bass line, and the bass line is literally going dum 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 dum. It's so simple. It's literally just an 808 going up and down the scale. But it's mad how you can make simple things like that sound so good when you've got all these other kind of spacey things going on, all the reverbs, the delays, the electronic kind of nature of Bella's vocal. It all just kind of gets swept into this big whirlwind of instrumentation. It's really cool to hear. We've run out of footage. We need to reverse a bit.
Holy God, me a fear. Bad man saying I did run peace. I did do it my way. I know God love to share.
Although out of the tracks we've listened to so far, this definitely isn't my favourite. I can understand why they've led with this as the first track to get the full visualizer since the album's been released, because it does have a very kind of naturally, I don't know, it just pulls you in naturally. There's a natural kind of hypnoticism about the whole approach. It does have this kind of circular thing where you kind of and it just goes round and round and round. The tune itself, there's a lot of repetition. There's a lot of almost kind of chanted tribalism in the actual structure of the tune. But those electronic elements kind of take it somewhere else. So it's cool. It's a cool combination of things. We'll let it run through to the end and then give it our final breakdown. But an interesting addition to the album from Bella.
It's STG.
Let's listen to that bass line. Did he get ushered away by security? Is that what I just saw? Or has he just walked past them? Who knows? Who knows at the end of the day? But there we go. The sounds of Bella Shmurda on this one with Contraband. A very cool tune indeed. Something a little bit, actually not that different from what we've heard on the album so far. The whole album does seem to be working in this kind of minimal, electronic, almost post-dancehall zone with sprinklings of Afrobeat-centric sort of sounds and rhythms and kind of almost syncopation involved at the same time. So it's a nice kind of fusion of sounds. Very electronic, what we've heard so far. But I've got to say, I think Bella has been a real highlight, utilizing his vocal texture, understanding what he's supposed to be doing as a vocalist, and kind of creating that sort of style that is his, and it's being very apparently spread across this album. This is the direction he's going with his sound, which is always cool to see. But there we go, guys. Let me know your thoughts on this tune in the comment section down below. What's been your favorite track off the album so far? Do you prefer the collaborations or do you prefer the single tunes? I know there's one more track on there that I really do need to check out. We're going to try and get through maybe 3 or 4 more, but I definitely need to check out that the Lagos track as well, because I've been told that one's an absolute banger and that I'll love it. But there we go. As always, friends, if you have enjoyed this video, do make sure you are getting involved by hitting that subscribe button on the right hand side of the page. Of course, turning notifications on as well, leaving a like, leaving a comment, and all of that good stuff, and we shall see you all next time. Peace.
Sounding so good right now. But they're sounding a bright and town.
Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel right now, CUBREACTS TV. Stay locked.